Yo, this is Big Jake coming at you with another story about about three brothers and a little sister, all both African American. American. This this totally teaches you that black people and white people can get along, and I hope you get a good laugh out of this one. So here you go. So here we go. Sit back and enjoy. One time there were there were two twin brothers and a little sister. Sister. One brother's name Rodney. One brother's name is Rodney. The other the other one is Jeremy. Me and the sister's name is and the sister's name name is Christy. And the sister's name's Christy. And so one one time they were walking around, just playing around, the two brothers were teasing their sister, her, her, being, being mean to her and everything, threatening her and everything, thing. But, but the sisters always found a way. But the sister always found a way to get back at them. They set traps on them one time. Like every time, every time they went, every time they were mean to her. Every time they were mean to her, she opened the door. They set a trap beneath their door, above their door. They go every time the boys open the door, and the boys open the door, goo or soap dropped right down on their and heads. And sometimes they put tacks on the floor, and tacks would go into the boys' foot. And also and also oh oh they they would put like soapy water on the floor, and the boys would slip and fall onto their backsides. But one time they had to do it against bullies that were trying to get white people against black people. Well, here's the story. One time, the brothers and the sister went home to school. Their parents got their lunches and stuff done and made sure they did their homework. And so the boys, the boys just decided. So the boys just went off to school, and so did the sister. Sister, they got all the boys got all the ladies, black and white. It was like they were big pimping. And so, and the little sister was just hanging around with friends, doing girl stuff, playing with dolls and everything. The boys, you see, the boys were, are 13. The little sister is 8. And so, oh, the boy, and so the boys were walking to class one time, and they were getting bullied by a white boy, by a white boy named, by a white boy named Carl, by a white boy named Carl, who did not like black people. And so, the, and so, oh, every single day, Carl would go bully them. Carl would go bully them every single time. Every chance they got, every chance he got. Poured food on their heads, poured food on their heads, pushed them down, pushed them down, and and stole their lunch money, honey. He did all that to the black people. And then, and then one time, the boys went to pick up their sister, and they were pestering and teasing her. But then, all of a sudden, the bully, Carl and her sister, and her sister, her Emily, Carl and her sister Emily went up to bully them again. Um, called them called them called them bad names and everything. And the boys ran for it. The boys and their sister ran for it. They did not stop until they got home. They didn't let their parents know, so the bullying kept going and going and going until finally they just could not take it anymore. And so they decided to do something about it. So they decided to do something about it. And so the one time and so during the summer they went all through the summer vacation. They go they went and had fun with their families. They went to places and everything. But they were also cooking up plans for those bullies. Please. And then once they got back from their summer vacation, they went back to school. Their birthdays were over the summer. The boys' birthdays were in July, and the girls' birthday was in August. So now they're 14. Now the boys are 14 and the girl is 9. So finally they cooked up a plan to deal with those guys. Nice. They didn't let their parents know because they were just too secretive. Yeah. The boys and their sister were too secretive. And so so they decided to set traps to do those bullies in. When they went back to school, they turned the bully made up lies that made all the white kids in school hate all the black kids. So at the end of that school day, a fight was breaking out between blacks and white. They were punching each other. They were punching each other in the gut, in the face, everywhere. The security guards was able to break up the fight, but they had to bring the cops in. And they told them black and white shouldn't fight. They were trying to explain that all to them, but they just walked away. The boys knew that they had to do something. The boys and the sister knew they had to do something because the same thing went down at the sister's school too. And so the boys and the sister decided to set up their traps. That night, they went to their usual classes like usual. And then they go off to set up their traps. And so the boys the boys and their sister head on back home and got themselves some rest. When they got when they went to school the next day, hey, the next day, the bullies were trying. The bully was following them, and then they decided the bullies were following them and went off to the and they went was following them, and the boys ran a little faster. As they were running a little faster, they tricked a rope that set a trap. A bunch of once he tripped the rope, a bunch of pies on a robotic hand flew right at the bully's face, hit him all in the face, all over his body. and then and then the next and then at the next one and then at the next one as as they were doing PE, the bully was about to come after him for triggering that trap on him. The boys ran. And boom, a foot jumped out and hit the bully right in the wevels. Ooh. The wevels. Ooh. And then afterwards, the wevels. Ooh. And then afterwards, they were going to science. And unknown to this, the boys had switched the science project with a fake one because the bully was getting ready to steal the science project. So the boys let him take it, but then it showed a picture. But then it showed a picture of a cat in woman's clothing. The whole class was laughing, and the bully got an F, a 0, and then all of a sudden, and then the very last trap. The boys were about to go to lunch. The boys went to lunch. Actually, it wasn't the last trap. This was the next trap. The boys went to lunch, and it looked like they had a giant pizza from a pizza place. And so they go. The bully steals their food. And then all of a sudden, he felt the box moving around, and then all of a sudden, it wasn't what the bully thought it was. It wasn't a pizza. It was a bunch of rats. They jumped out on him and got to his body. The bully screamed, "Ah! Ah! 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 It was nuts. And also, the final trap. The boys were leaving for school. The boys were about to leave the school. Well, the class was over. The boys said, one of the boys said, Rodney, the boy's name is Rodney. He said he had a pizza in his desk. So the bully decided to steal it. and also, and then all of a sudden, a bear trap just snapped. And all of a sudden, as the bully was sitting down, a bear trap just snapped shut on the bully's butt. Also, and then the the teach the teacher was watching the whole thing, so the bully got really outraged and attacked the boys. The teacher saw the whole thing, and the bully and Rodney and Jeremy were sent to the principal's office. Yes. At at the other school, Emily, who was the bully's little sister, was about to go after huh? to go after actually I changed my mind. The girl's name's Penny. Was about to go after the little sister. To go after the little sister. But then and the little sister disappeared. And was in the girl's bathroom. So Emily was trying to fix her hair, but Emily replaced the shampoo with gray hair dye. After the girl finished up her hair, she looked in the mirror and screamed, "Mm!" Her hair was all gray. So the little sister did some stuff. Then the next thing, the little sister put soapy, slippery water on the slippery tile floor. As the little sister jumped over the water, the bully sister Emily slipped and slipped and slide out of the door and into some mud. And also later on in the classes, as the little sister was doing her art, the baster was the bay sister of the bully was about to pour paint on them. But as you know, the little sister was kind of like a puppet creator. So she created a puppet of herself. As she poured the paint all over the puppet, she didn't know that Marianne put a trap up underneath the puppet. Emily stepped on the rope and a whole can of paint fell right over her body. And fell right over her body. And then at lunch, Marianne had some cupcakes that looked like chocolate cupcakes. And so she let Emily Mary. Oh yeah, that's the little girl's name, Marianne. And the little sister Marianne had cupcakes that looked like chocolate cupcakes, and she was about to eat them. But then Emily took them and ate them herself. The cupcakes tasted really bad. Had Emily got really disgusted and spit it out. What is this? What is this made with? Marianne said cat food. Marianne was giggled a lot. And so, and so, oh, the, and then the final trick. The, the girl, Marianne went to the, Marianne went to the, was leaving school. The girl was chasing after her, and then, and then Marianne, and then Marianne set the final trap. She pulled the rope, and a bunch of lots and lots of cow poop fell on Emily's head. The the principal saw the whole thing and was forced in there. After that, the boys and their sister got in trouble with their parents. The father told them, this gives black people a bad name. We had to create social unity. Hey, don't you know that? The bully and his little sister's parents said the same thing to them. We have to create social unity. Unity. After a month of being grounded, both the parents sent their children together. They both apologized to each other, and then they started doing stuff together. The bully stopped spreading the rumors of black people being bad, being evil and everything. The reason he did that because that bully was bullied by black people before. And so was the little sister. But then they say Marianne and her brothers, Rodney and Jeremy, told him, not all black people are like that. We can create social unity, but we have to do it together. One day, hey, kids like us are gonna change the world. We can do it. All we have to do is work together. The friends agreed. And so did the little sisters. And that, my friends, is the story of the trouble of the African American twins and their sister. The end. Hit subscribe if you want to hear more stories. And remember, create social unity. And also remember this, 2 wrongs do not make a right. This is Big Jake signing off. Peace out.